Yesterday, Monday, I said I'd rearrange my upload schedule. I got a bunch of, look, I have a bunch of content. I have a ton of content, all sorts of art supplies I reviewed, all sorts of First Amendment videos. The body cam videos have been going so great for me because I like to try to get the original stuff along with the police report so I know what the heck's going on. I don't have to vet a bunch of information I see out on the internet. But, I mean, it is what it is. So I went to move to vlog style. My videos are going to come out pretty close in real time, I hope. Just later. They don't get as many views anyway. You know, it is what it is. But I do see a handful of people that consistently watch my videos no matter what I upload. And to them, I thank you very much. So let's go to the post office. Let's see what the post office looks right now. I was going to do it yesterday, but there were some people there, and they didn't look like they were in a good mood, and I didn't want to stir anything up. But let's go today. I'm going to turn the camera on, and I'm going to show you the difference, the precautions they're taking, and thank God they're open, you know? So let's go do this. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? Instead of videotape this whole walk up to the post office, which isn't that far, not that long, I'm going to take some pictures. I'll share my pictures with you guys. Before I went anywhere, I took the little two puppies out back. I brought the camera with me. I took some pictures of them. These two are funny. You sit there and you watch them, you know, like what they do when they go in the backyard and how they hear things and, you know, just play with each other. It's neat. I like taking pictures because it captures... You know, it captures the essence of life to me. Like, you know, anybody can look at the picture and get what's going on, you know what I mean? In a good picture. That's what makes a good photographer. I always love pictures like this, though, where, you know, unknowingly. That's why I like street photography. Going out and taking pictures of people unknowingly when they don't even know you're taking their pictures, seeing them in their raw and their prime, you know what I mean? That's what I like. I usually end up taking a lot of pictures of my pets, of course, but I like other wild animals. I like taking pictures of birds. There's all sorts of different kinds of birds around. That's something I never realized until I concentrated on the birds. Oh, and flowers. You know, guys, this is what we're missing right now by not going out. A lot of the flowering trees only flower once a year. Your cherry trees, the cherry blossoms and all. And a lot of flower in my my neighborhood. Like this right here, you wouldn't typically see this all for about 2 weeks of the year you get. And it so happens it's going to be the time of year where, you know, we're not supposed to be going out anywhere. I figured, heck, why not go out and get a few pictures. We're at the end of it now because these have already been bloomed. I should have had the camera out earlier, but, you know, I did it. And then, of course, you have Mr. Squirrel. See him in there. Watch, he found something. He came out and he's burying his new find, his little nut, I guess. Look, you can see his head in the dirt. See it? All the way in the dirt. That's funny. And there's a little bird here. Just doing his thing out on the front lawn. I wish I knew what kind of bird that was. I don't know what kind of birds any of these birds are. I don't have a clue what kind of birds they are. If anybody knows, leave it in the comments. You'll see he'll turn around right here, I think, in the next one. You get a good shot right there. You could see him. It looks like he's looking at us, right? It definitely looked like he knew I was watching him. I don't know. And there's one last blooming tree there. Took some pictures. You can see they're not even blooming that nice right now. It's just a weird weather here in New Jersey. This is how we get it. You never know what it's going to be. We have extreme hot, extreme cold, and extreme change all in between. But here I am going down to the post office now. Got a lot of motorcycles out. That's why I snapped that real quick. There's the one-eyed cat. He's a little creepy looking. He don't look too... Oh, yeah, look at the flag. Wasn't that a neat picture? It's kind of like translucent. There's another flag up at the church. Blowing in the wind, baby. Alright, well, anyway, check this out. Here's the post office right here. I figured show you guys they're still open, how they have their little sneeze guards up. We're gonna do my first paint pour today when I get back, and then that's all I have planned, and I'm gonna upload this. Sound good? Let's do it. Like I said, this is my first paint pour project here, and basically what a paint pour project is, you're pouring paint, right? And there's all sorts of different techniques and additives you can use. So I did my little bit of research on YouTube, watched some other channels, see what they're doing. There's a couple channels that help out, and then there's ones that just show them doing it. You know, they don't say anything. They're just pouring paint, making something out of it. Sometimes it comes out really cool. Sometimes it doesn't. You know, I'm going to try. I'm using my own technique. I'm using ideas I'm coming up with. And gonna hopefully come up with something good. I don't know what this is gonna come out like, so don't hold this against me. This is my very, very first one. And you can see basically what I do is lay the paint down first, right? I pour the paint onto the canvas board. I have pieces of tape on that canvas board I start with, and eventually those pieces of tape come off. It's all part of my quote-unquote technique and what the final product's going to end up looking like. Alright, and I was hoping to go for something cool, but, I mean, not to give it away, this really didn't come out how I thought it would come out. Not at all. And, basically, what I do here is I just pour the paint, right? I pour it, I shift it around. I'm going to use some popsicle sticks to sort of draw in it, just sort of to move the paint and make more designs in it. I think really my takeaway from this paint pour is going to be like what I can and can't do and how it's going to work. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need like probably a few different sessions where I just learn my boundaries, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? Learn my boundaries, play with some technique. Once I discover what I can or can't do, then I could take my own artistic capabilities and try to, do something myself. I could easily just mimic exactly what somebody else does on YouTube, but that's no fun. That's no fun at all. You know, I have all sorts of paint additives. I want to try them all out. I want to figure it out for myself, keeping in mind maybe some of the tips and tricks that these people gave me to do my paint pour. I have a bunch of these planned. I have a ton of canvas, let me tell you. I have canvases, canvas board, canvas paper. I have a ton. I could do one of these projects every day probably for the next couple months and have enough. So I did stock up with pretty much plenty of art supplies. I don't have a ton of actual art supplies themselves, like the paint mediums, but canvases I stocked up on. The 16-inch by 20-inch canvas, it was on sale where I could get a whole case of 40 of them. It was like under $100 shipped. I jumped on that, so I got 40 16 by 20 canvases, and that's a pretty good size. I like the 16 by 20. I think that'll be perfect for these paint pours. I used the canvas board to begin with, and it's a little bit smaller just because I've never done this. I don't know how this is going to come out and what's up. After I first started doing it, I kind of suspected that maybe the stretch canvas is a little bit better, just the way that the paint sits on it, and I don't know. I guess we'll see. I mean, I'm going to try one on the paint board, and I'll try one on the canvas, and use my different additives and techniques. It's all about the additives. You have to have the right additive in order to get the look you're going for. In order to get design and shape and all that good stuff, you have to have additive. And then on top of the additive, there has to be technique. There's got to be certain technique to get different swirls. And, or whatever, shapes, whatever you're going for. And I'm telling you, I already know that this is disappointing because from just the beginning, I'm like, this isn't kind of what I expected, and then I lost the idea I was going for, and I don't know. But you know what? Live and learn. There's one thing I always say, right? I don't know if anybody already knows it, but it's you have to fail to succeed. Failure is a part of success, very much so. You know, like they say, knowledge is power. It's either you know or you don't. Knowledge is power. And sometimes you just have to go through it and experience and get that knowledge yourself. You know, and it can make you better. I plan on doing some really, really cool art with this paint pouring. And I think every single one I do, there's going to be a progression. It's going to look better and better and better. So that's why I hope you guys follow these. I know like the videos are sort of long and I'm real random with my uploads. Just keep an eye out for the paint pours. Maybe I'll make a playlist or something like that just for the paint pour. So you can see the progression of my paint pour technique. I'm going to be moving into some more paintings. I want to challenge myself when I have some time. I want to challenge myself. I want to start a painting where I'm going to go through the process of doing a sketch, doing a rough sketch, doing a good sketch, doing a colored sketch, doing a tone match, find my tones, and then putting it onto canvas and actually doing the painting. So like there's a whole process I would use, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be doing that soon because I actually started a little bit. I took a picture of my dog and I was looking, I was like, all right, that would make a good painting. I do good with animals. I like painting animals. I like doing horses. Not dogs so much. I haven't done a lot of dogs. But definitely animals. Horses, for some reason, I love to paint horses. I love to paint horses. I get the horse structure. Like, I get their muscular structure and all that. And it really comes in handy when you're painting it and you're deciding your tones and your highlights and your shadows and all that good stuff to have a good idea of the structure. So that's one of the ideas. But this is starting to get wrapped up here. I guess I'm going to be wrapping it up. It's Tuesday. It's April 7th. We're in the middle of a lockdown right now. We're supposed to be self-quarantining, and I'm staying in. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm doing some artwork. I'm putting it for sale. I'm going to leave the links in the description. If you'd like to support the channel, please purchase some artwork. I don't need anybody just sending money. A few yous have. I totally appreciate it. I convinced a couple of you guys to take some free gifts, and I'm glad you guys did. If you want to support, pick something out. Pick out one of the pieces of artwork on the eBay and just make that purchase. That's all you need to do. I'd be way more happy and stoked if you did that than just handing money. Alright? I'm not too comfortable with just handing over money. It's not what I'm here for. And you know what? I'll be honest with you guys do. It doesn't really help me out all that much because I feel guilty and bad about it. And I end up helping other people out. So just go ahead on over to eBay. Check out the different artwork I have. And if you don't see anything you like, hit me up. I'll make you something. We can do whatever you want. Is there a birthday coming up? Or anything you want, any type of occasion you want to make something special, rather than give them a card, give them a little painting, give them a little something special that's a little bit better than just handing them a card. You understand what I'm saying? Something they can have forever, that's going to be not easy to destroy like a Hallmark card is. You can hand somebody one of these little paintings on a canvas board, happy birthday deal, or some abstract art, and they can have that forever. Forever and ever and ever. Alright? Well, you guys get the gist of what's going on here with the painting. It's all done now. That's all I got. Wish me luck on my second paint pour. We're going to get to it. I'm going to try to bring everything to you guys this month. I have so much backed up. We'll work on it, all right? Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good whatever it is, wherever you guys are at. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.